Happy Sunday morning, and welcome to the sixth episode of Becoming Her Anyways. This is the podcast where we talk about healing, growing, and learning to be the woman that we want to become while juggling life, kids, cats, and all the other things we swore we could handle, but somehow can't. I'm your host, Sasha, and today we're diving into parenting your kids and yourself at the same time because sometimes the hardest person to parent is you. So, if you've ever tried to juggle a full time job, a podcast, an online business, a healing book, raising teenagers, meal preps, cats, and a budding singing career for your youngest child all at once, grab a coffee, take a deep breath, and welcome to my world. Let's get into it. So, let me just paint the scene for you. It's Saturday morning and I'm counting peppers like a stressed out accountant. Beef is cooling on the counter and my Velcro cat, otherwise known as Chive, decides that peeing in his cat bed and Clover's cat bed is a fantastic idea. Possibly a territorial claim, I'm not sure. And then my lovely human like cat is just sitting silently judging every single choice I make. And that's just the beginning of what I'm juggling. I'm juggling also a full time job that keeps me on my toes, literally keeps me on my toes, keeps me on my toes. For lack of a better way to put it, a podcast production that I somehow convinced myself I could handle while cooking and parenting, an online business aimed at helping women in crisis, which, fun fact, still requires me to figure out Wi-Fi and deadlines. A healing book I'm writing that has chapters of I have no idea what I'm doing. Parenting two teenagers, including an 18-year-old adventurer and a 14-year-old that's now learning to navigate sickness, hormones, and a new school. Momager duties for her as well, and her budding singing career. Meal preps that apparently now come with threats for my oldest and husband that you have the ingredients, you prep it your damn self. And somehow I'm expected to remember my own name in between all of this while going through perimenopause also. So I don't even know what mood I'm going to be in. It's a really good time. Last week I made too many quiches and my oldest and husband had an opinion. I made 4 quiches and somehow they claim to have eaten a quiche and a half themselves. And there wasn't much appreciation or gratefulness. No, it was ungrateful. So my threat to them after obviously prepping a whole bunch more food was the ingredients are here, make it yourself. Because my 18-year-old also likes to claim that we live in an ingredients household, while she states that there's nothing to eat. The ingredients are there, put something together. Just saying. And my 14-year-old had a complete meltdown after being sick, adjusting to her period, and learning the ropes of a new school and teachers. She was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. And then there's my cats. Chive staking his claim, Clover silently judging, and me just really trying to survive. So yes, this is what parenting while parenting myself really looks like. It's quiche rebellion, cat chaos, teenage eye rolls, emotional meltdowns, and me really just trying to keep my inner child fed and sane somewhere in between. Meal preps have legitimately become like my quiet act of survival. I chop season, I line up lunches like I'm sending love notes to future me. It's probably also my love language. But even then, life reminds me that my kids and pets have opinions too. My quiches were apparently too many. Chive decided boundaries don't really exist, and my teenager is learning that life doesn't always slow down for stress, illnesses, hormones, and that's okay. This is all a part of becoming her. Learning to parent yourself in the middle of chaos, to hold space for others, and to laugh at the absurdity along the way. Parenting yourself truly just means showing up for your inner child, feeding her, protecting her, reminding her she's doing enough, even if your household is a literal storm. And we all know when we have pets, kids, husbands, we all know that your house can become a storm. It can become a quiet storm. It can become a crashing storm, a roaring storm. It becomes all kinds of storms. But parenting your kids means guiding them, supporting, and sometimes letting them experience consequences. Tough, but you got to let them experience it. Like prepping their own meals, right? Or surviving a week of quiche rebellion. And sometimes parenting yourself and your kids at the same time feels like you're legitimately juggling flaming swords. While cats' hormones, work emails, deadlines, and beef-filled Tupperware are all flying at your face. And yet, in the chaos, there seems to be growth. There's awareness. There's learning that breaking cycles isn't about perfection. It's legit about showing up, even when you're just tired, frustrated, or the house smells like rebellion and roasted peppers. It's about modeling resilience, self care, and humor in the middle of messiness. So, legitimately, if you're listening and thinking, I can't do all of this, let me tell you, you actually can. You just need to lower your expectations, laugh at the quiche, and accept that sometimes the cat's teenagers or life itself will win. Right? Sometimes we just can't. We parent our kids, our teens, and ourselves imperfectly, but showing up, being present, and choosing love over anger, chaos over guilt, or chaos or guilt, really. That's what becoming her really is. So, I survived. I survived this week. I survived this week, and there was so much chaos during my life at work as well. But I survived, and you can too. Really, it's about finding that balance, keeping the inner child, happy, content. Um, Thanks for spending this wonderfully messy quiche and cat filled chaos morning with me. And remember, becoming her isn't about getting it all done or having a perfect life. It's about taking one intentional, messy human step at a time. Some weeks that step is just surviving, feeding your family, laughing at the chaos, and maybe letting Chive and Clover win once in a while. If today's episode resonated, share it with friends. Share it with a friend who's juggling work. Let me try that again. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who's juggling work, kids, cats, or a million other things. And remember, you're doing enough. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, you're becoming her one beautiful, imperfect step at a time. Until next time, take a deep breath, hug your kids or your cats, and just keep going. You totally got this.